Alright, this is Anthony here with StuntBums. I just recently cracked my frame on my 636. It's frame yet. So we came down here to Atlanta, Georgia to hang out with Mr. Twite. He's going to be replacing my frame with one of his new static Moto design frames. So Aaron, you're the pro. Tell us a little bit about the situation here.
I will tell you about the situation, Anthony. Anthony's bike is just got like a hairline crack starting on the weld. Everybody gets them. Most of you probably don't even know you have them. They'll creep around. You can weld them. You can brace them. I did the same thing. I've got Boyd's frame here. You can see that he has welded and braced, and eventually this is the ultimate destiny of your frame. It will break, and it will crack, and it will be destroyed.
I know you guys originally started off, you were making just full replacement frames for the 636, but I know you guys have a couple other options now, but do you want to discuss, just the full frame right now?
Yeah, sure. Full frame. The immediate response to the problem, we just completely replaced the frame on my Kawasaki. I've had it on there for about 6 months now. I've had some good crashes, and it's holding strong.
Here, so what size tubing is this thing made out of?
This is all 1-inch DOM. Chromoly is available. Actually, the frame I have is the prototype, and it was made out of mild steel, and it's more than strong. So we focused most of the energies up here on the neck. You tuck here usually, and these frame mounts break, so we triangulated the whole thing. The stress points are distributed evenly and systematically reduced through here. So it's not like you're moving the stress from here to somewhere else. That's not how it works. It's reduced all the way back. It's a total replacement, and
including all these little nooks and mounts. And
everything is tubular.
But I mean, you have replacements for every single little stock accessory.
Sure, and it's totally customizable. You can use any forks you want, any rake you want, any subframe you want, any swing arm you want.
What are the prices run approximately on just the stock replacement one?
The base model starts at like $2,000.
Oh, yeah, $2,000. Okay, so we understand that's not the most cost-effective solution for stunt riders.
No, of course not.
So you've came up with a new idea, which is what I'm actually going to be running now.
Right. We based the model off of Ducati frames, Aprilia frames, some Italian bike frames, and it's basically like a hybrid. The main trouble points that everybody breaks are all replaced. I mean, it's basically this is the front half off the original frame with the cross bracing on the neck and the engine mounts, and it bolts into the half of your stock original frame.
Basically, you make these adapter plates, so you can see right here.
Right. And they're inserted into the tubing. So.
And you use the motor as a jig, so
right,
it's not. There's nothing
to weld it up.
There shouldn't be any concern over like, what if I weld the insert in 3 millimeters to the left or 3 millimeters in too far, 3 millimeters in far out, because you're using the motor as a jig.
Right, exactly.
So everything's going to be lined up perfect. Shouldn't have any problems at all.
Yeah, and if you are concerned about that, we can weld it on for you. You can send us your frame, you can cut it and weld it. It's
nice.
It's actually a very straightforward swap. If all you need is a guy you can weld aluminum quite well.
All right, so let's get this put on.
When you need to put yourself to the test and show us the passage of time, we're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage.
Since steel pulls when you weld it, any metal pulls when you weld it, we manufacture these on the frames. So the dimensions are exact. It should fit absolutely perfectly. But of course, when you take it apart, the memory of the metal from being bent, from being welded, is going to pull in and make things a little bit tighter. So, installing these two bolts here, just eyeing it up, they're slightly off. So you need to span them just a little bit. So I just took 2 nuts on a bolt and taped up the end so I don't scratch the paint. And I'm going to open this up and span the gap so I can bolt this onto the frame.
But we're literally just talking about like a millimeter or 2 or so off. Not like it's not like ½ inch off here.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a couple millimeters off.
Okay, gotcha.
Matt had that one done.
That'd be so lit. You should totally write a dictionary.
And now the holes should line up.
Shot show a little improvement. To show it raw would take too long. That's called a montage.
a new day. The frame's done and installed. We're gonna, go hit the spot and try it out now for the first time. Alright, so I've been riding with my new frame from Static Moto Design now for about a week. Overall, I'm really satisfied with the frame. I had a couple of problems getting it installed and working. Namely, my GPR dampener didn't mount at first. This new frame sits a centimeter or two higher than the stock frame, moving this post up, which made my dampener not mount, so I had to shim it with a couple of washers temporarily to fix it. The other issue I've had is he doesn't include steering stops with the frame. I don't know why exactly, but so currently my forks are hitting on my frame, and slowly my left-hand side fork is starting to impress in a little bit from the frame. I'm going to be wrapping just like some plastic hose or rubber hose around it to solve it, but I feel like this thing should come with some steering stops welded onto it at the bottom. With those problems aside, the frame feels phenomenal. I really love it for endos. It's a great improvement over my stock frame. The frame's really strong. It looks great. If you have problems, if you do manage to crack it, break it, whatever, it's going to be easy to weld and fix. That's one of my favorite things about it. The other things, it's a great price point. $2,000 for the full frame was a little bit much for my budget, but the $1,000 price tag on this new half frame is really good. I mean, I had cracked my old frame and was looking for a replacement frame, and it was going to be about $800 for a clean title frame. I spent $1,000 on this. It comes with the MSO, so you have to go through the DMV, if you want to get a VIN number put on it. But for $200 more, you get a frame that you're never going to have to replace. It feels better for all around for stunting. It's an excellent choice for stunt riding.